This is a Stihl MS 500i. I've got a bark box on here and also a max flow air intake. For the most part, when you're running a chainsaw, there's all kinds of different things that can go wrong. I'm not trying to limit this. I'm not trying to say what can or can't happen. Cutting into something and this chain spinning at however many hundreds or thousands of RPMs hits a piece of metal, snaps, and comes down into your leg. I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure there's some pretty important arteries and blood vessels that run through your legs. We all have the same amount of red stuff inside of us. I've found bolts. I've found nails. I've found no trespassing signs that the bark actually somehow grew around. You would swear that there was some notable Civil War battle in my backyard if you start going through with a metal detector and looking for bullets in trees. That's your biggest concern with a chainsaw, or at least that's mine. Anytime that I'm felling trees, I've got this belt on when I'm running the saw. I'll wear chaps and the belt. Let's have a look at what I carry with me. Once I've run through this stuff here on the table, I'll go through a whiteboard presentation, show you what everything costs. This is a Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. This device, you turn it on and you have an SOS button here. And with the press of that button, I can be in contact with Flight for Life if needed. Somebody that can be here to help. This can absolutely be a critical life-saving device. So this is a logger's tape here, and I've got a carabiner that I've clipped onto it. That way I can clip it on and off easier, or if I'm not wearing this and I'm just measuring and marking trees, I can clip this onto my belt easy. So this pouch here, I'll have links to all this stuff in the description. I guess I've got a sweatband in there. I don't know if I need to include that, but this is just a canvas pouch. The top of this is super convenient for me because I can pull this and tighten it if I'm in heavy brush, or if I'm bending or going under stuff, I don't have to worry about the wedges falling out, or I can leave it wide open. So inside of here, they've been cut up and used a bit. I think you can tell that. Hey, look, another sweatband. This belt itself, I actually got this from a surplus site. It's nothing special. I paid $18 and got 6 of these. It's just a military surplus deal. I like it because I can just do that and it's off. You know, anybody can come up with anything for a belt. There's nothing special there. This guy, my trusty handy dandy Pittsburgh brand Harbor Freight hatchet. I actually have a pretty decent edge on that, but I never use this for chopping. I only use this for pounding. So this is what I drive the wedges in with. Every now and then I'll hit a limb or something, I'll take off with this, but not very often. So I'm not concerned about quality with this, and it's yellow. So if I'm going under something and the back of my boot hits that and it knocks it out of here, it's easy for me to find. It's happened a time or two. This is a CLC Leathercraft hammer holder. It's just a regular standard hammer holder. This can't fall out that way, but like I said, if the back of your heel hits it, it is quite possible for this to come out. It's happened a couple of times. So this is the meat and potatoes of the video. This is what I believe. There is almost zero coverage of this on YouTube. I never see people carrying these. I'm not saying no one does. I'm just saying I watch the same chainsaw videos that you guys do, and I never see anybody carrying something like this. Maybe they keep it somewhere else, or it's in a truck nearby, or who knows. This is not a first aid kit. This is a you're going to die if you don't stop bleeding now. Here, pull this open. Got a tourniquet in here. Fortunately, I have not had to use this tourniquet. This is a official cat. If you buy these on Amazon, you can buy the official ones or you can buy the cheap knockoffs. Do not buy a cheap knockoff. Skinny Medic does videos on these, and he did a video of these showing these snapping when they were being put under stress. So I'm not here to tell you how to use a tourniquet. I'm just telling you this is what I carry with me. I would strongly suggest having this. Everybody should have one of these that runs a chainsaw. That goes on the outside of the pouch there. Then I'll unzip this. And you guys might be thinking there's going to be Bandage and all kinds of cool stuff in here. There isn't. In here, I've got three. These are 3x4. These are just non-stick pads that I keep in here if I've got a really bad cut on my hand or something like that. Got some red tape here, so that way if I need to tape one of those on, like onto a knuckle or something, I can do that. This is just the gauze that would be used to hold that stuff. And I've got an Israeli bandage. I'll go through this and show you. I'm not going to open this one. I've got an open one, but I can show you what it is, how it works, etc. And then in the back here, I've got a pair of emergency trauma shears. This is if you cut your leg, cut your arm, you have long sleeves on, you have to get it out of the way right now. Beyond that, that's all I carry in this bag. Anything that this is too much for, realistically, I'm not going to carry it with me because I don't want the weight, I don't want the clutter, I don't want to lose it. I'm not going to put glue on it, I'm not going to do any of that stuff because I don't want to seal an infection inside. On my property here, I can be even a mile away from my house. If you're a mile away from your house and you're bleeding profusely, it may as well be 100 miles. All right, so this is the way that this works. You've got a pad here that would go on the wound. And again, this is not a how-to DIY type video for medical stuff. All right, so we've got this on, and then basically we just start wrapping. Again, there's a much, much better way to do this. That's not what this video is. I'm just kind of showing what this would be used for or how, not how to or why. So that's clipped on there. Now that stopped bleeding well enough to get back. So here I've got that belt. I mean, it was a surplus buy. I got a 6-pack for 18 bucks. We'll call that $3 a piece. That hammer loop, $5.38. The wedge pouch, that being this guy, $13.55. The logger's tape measure, those are extremely handy to have. So on these tape measures, what you do is you take a horseshoe nail, stick it in the end, and you can clip this into bark and have this clipped onto a belt and just walk away from it. And when you're done, you just give it a little tug, it pops out and rewinds itself. If you are going through and measuring logs, that's a huge time saver. That logger's tape, $33.78. The wedges, get them on Amazon. They're a 4-pack, 10 bucks. Hatchet, again, I got that at Harbor Freight of all places. I think I paid about 6 bucks for it. The Garmin, I got that on Amazon. It was a couple of years ago, and there is a monthly fee with it. The Garmin is $279.99. It can text from anywhere that you can see the sky. So that's the big claim to fame with these, is that you can text as long as you can see sky. That'll get the emergency services there. There is, however, a monthly fee of, I believe it's $10. The first aid pouch, it's on Amazon. It's a small IFAC. I paid 14 bucks for it. The tourniquet, again, Amazon, don't buy cheap. The one that I bought is currently listed at $31.54. The Israeli bandage, I buy these in 5-packs for 35 bucks. If you buy it individually, it's going to cost $12.97. 4x4 gauze, I have 3 of those in the bag. You buy them in a box of 100. I mean, you're not going to buy those individually. But that was $15.99. The trauma shears or scissors, those are on Amazon. You get a 6-pack. It's 11 bucks. Elastic wrap. The 2 rolls of that, this in a 15-pack, it's 10 bucks. The red tape, That's on Amazon at $9.99. That is 3M tape, so it's good tape. Right, so I'm not here to give anybody medical advice or tell you how to or what to buy or what to have or how to use it. I'm just telling you what I have, what I carry with me, and what I think is important that everybody that cuts trees by themselves in the woods should have. Now, as far as what do I see as in that first aid pouch, what is the absolute single most important thing? If you can only buy one thing, it's the tourniquet. When seconds count, help is just minutes away. So if you get nothing else from this video, get a tourniquet. Carry it with you, because again, you've only got so much of that red stuff, and when that runs out, you're done. So what I'm going to do is, so you can see all these things and see the prices and everything else, I'll put some links in the description of the video. Yes, I will earn commission if you purchase them through the links. That's the disclaimer I have to give. It doesn't cost any more to use my links. It's the exact same price as what you have up here, which is the exact same price that I paid for it when I bought it. This all came out of my previous order history. But at the end of the day, be safe while you're out there working in the woods. Thanks. I appreciate you watching the video. Stick around for some more of our content.